now. Welcome. I'm trying to adjust my image to about there. I guess we'll leave it there. That's fine. I was trying to make myself a square, or a circle. I like it when it's a square or a circle. Someone is calling me. I don't know if y'all can hear that or what. I don't even see the screen loading, so I don't know what it is. It is a scam. No. We are not going to get scammed. Hey, everybody. So anyways, that's over, and hopefully we won't get that call anymore or whatever. Hey, Gracefully Anointed, welcome. I'm Vienna, the insurance exam teacher. I help people get their insurance exam on the first try. I offer a course as well as one-on-one tutoring sessions. How is your afternoon? Excuse me, I just finished having lunch. So yeah, and then I had an appointment earlier. I was on the live a little earlier, so I got off and now I'm back. I'm going to try to be going live more often. Welcome, Lupita. How are you? How are you doing? How's everything up in California? I hope all is good. Tell us a little bit about how it's been going. I helped Lupita pass her insurance exam some time back. So that was awesome. Hey, Seth, welcome. I'm Vienna. I help people pass their insurance exam. I have a course where you get all the things listed over here. Hey, Brian, welcome. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing this afternoon? So I help people with life and health. Lupita, was that not you? Because I worked with somebody named Lupita back in February. She was from California. Maybe you are a different Lupita. When it comes to like our TikTok profiles and then our personal stuff, sometimes I can't keep track of just all of the different profiles and stuff. But if that wasn't you, I would love to help you out. Where are you from? But life and health insurance is what I help people with. Thank you for the little goat. Thank you for the hearts, Brian. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So you are a different Lupita. So Lupita, are you by chance studying for the insurance exam? If so, which one? If you have questions, feel free to drop them into the chat. Feel free to ask me questions about my course. So I offer 2 course options in addition to one-on-one tutoring sessions. My one-on-one tutoring sessions, guys, they are an hour long. We are on Zoom. I do send you PDFs, study material, practice questions. We break them down step by step. Feel free to go through my videos on this page and check that out. Like, you'll see it's like 6 minutes long videos where I break down the question. And not only do I break down the question and tell you the answer, I literally break down each answer option. And that's what we do in my classes. So Wednesday night, 6 to 7:30 Central, and then Saturdays 9 to 12 Central as well. 9 to 12 in the morning, just got to be clear. One time I had somebody message me at like 9:30ish p.m. like, I'm ready to get on. I was like, I'm not gonna have y'all here at midnight, 1 a.m. for the people on the East Coast. But anyways, yeah, so in the morning we have classes twice a week. So 2 live weekly classes. You have an online platform, and this thing cut it off a little bit, but it is what it is. How's your day, Brian? Thank you for the roses and everything else, the little heart puffs. So, guys, 2 weekly classes. You get access for 60 days. So while you're studying, I'm going to give you everything you need to pass the insurance exam. The questions, the PDFs, the information. And my goal for people isn't that you get 100 or a perfect score. Obviously, if somebody does get 100 or a really high score, I get to brag about them and how I helped them. But I just need you to pass. Like, I don't need to say a bunch of people got hundreds. I just need to be like, I helped somebody pass and get their license and go and make money. So that's what I want to be able to brag about. Last week I had 7 people pass. Yeah, so your day will get better in about 90 minutes. So, yep, understand. Clocking out time. Perfect. I just realized, Brian, that the words got cut off, and then I made a typo where I put stud routine instead of study. I'm literally just seeing that right now. But I'll go in and I'll fix them and stuff. So my guide is going to be the word teacher at the top. I just need to make sure to align everything to that and make sure everything ends there. Yeah, no, I do not know how to teach people. I do not know how to teach people to be studs. It's definitely a typo. Hey, Ramona, welcome. How are you? So, guys, yes, this is essentially what you get in my course. I've got 2 different course options. The first one is going to be the study course, and then I have the tutoring course where, in addition to everything that's listed here, we are going to be doing a one-on-one tutoring session a couple days before your exam. Yeah, you're like me either. I think you could pull it off. I'm doing a one-on-one tutoring session a couple days before your exam. Yeah, you're like me either. I think you could pull it off. I had my appointments this morning, so the rest of my afternoon is pretty much going to be just here. My sister is going to be going off to McAllen, so I may stay with my nephew this afternoon. We'll see what those arrangements are going to be and stuff. That's essentially what my afternoon's going to be looking like. And I may go live again later tonight on my other account, so feel free to check it out a little bit later also. But yeah, so I'm just here right now. Questions, guys, about the insurance exam? Who else is on here? Okay, the bike trooper, BLK trooper. Okay, welcome. How are you? How are you doing? I know we talked a little bit before about possibly helping you get licensed. Refresh my memory, please. Have you already gotten your license and everything? I want to say you were in Arizona or somewhere out there when we chatted. Kathy, welcome. How are you, Kathy? Yes, definitely. We said Thursday, correct, Brian? When we'll sit down and talk about your retirement and everything else. Or did we say Wednesday? Hey, Glendy, welcome. How are you, Glendy? How's everything going? Glendy, if I remember correctly, you're in Florida, correct? Thursday and Friday. Okay, so yeah, so we said Thursday, and I will definitely text you just to confirm the time. Hey, Rojo, welcome. How are you? Rojo, have we spoken before? I remember you speak Spanish. ¿Cómo estás, Rojo? So did y'all already have lunch? What did y'all have for lunch today? Rocky, welcome. I am Vienna, the insurance exam teacher. So I help y'all get your insurance licenses, guys. I've been doing insurance since 2019, and since about 2021, I've had a course. I've been doing it in person. I also do it online now. I do one-on-one sessions as well to help y'all pass your insurance exam in 2 weeks or less, but either way, you get 60 days of access to my online course. Who said something naughty in the comments? Something's been filtered. I don't even know what the filters are. I don't know if that's generic from TikTok or if it's something that I have in my settings. Hey, Jason, welcome. Goddess Divine, welcome. Amy, hi, guys. I'm Vienna, the insurance exam teacher. Let me know, are y'all studying to take your insurance exam right now? If so, what questions do you have about the process, about the subjects, about the topics, about anything? So earlier I'd had somebody come in and ask what... I'm sorry, y'all. I ate something earlier and I feel like the food went down too fast, or I didn't chew it enough or something, or whatever. I feel like it's stuck right there. It sucks, but that's kind of why I'm coughing and why I'm like this right now. But anyways, Okay, so you have thoughts about it and just stumbled in. Well, you are welcome to share your thoughts. Please tell me, what do you think about the exam or the process of getting the insurance or insurance in general? I'd love to chat about that with you, Divine Goddess. Goddess Divine. Excuse me, all. It's the fact that I just ate something and I swear it's stuck. You know nothing about it. Okay, so what is your interest in it? Are you interested in possibly getting your license? I'd love to chat with you and help you understand. And guys, if any of you are interested in that, feel free to tap my face up on the screen up there and set up a free 15-minute chat. Yeah, definitely. So the insurance industry is definitely needed. You want to help people protect their income, protect their family, legacy, their assets, and everything else, because that is why we get insurance, right? When it comes to life insurance or an insurance plan of any given type, we're protecting our assets, we're protecting our legacy, we're also protecting our income. Because let's say when it comes to life insurance, you have a $300,000 mortgage, you have a $15,000 that you may still owe on a vehicle, and a couple of other debts that we owe creditors and things like that. If one person passes away, when that person passes away, now, assuming that both parents or both individuals in a house are working, now that whole financial burden falls on the one person. If that other individual is not working, what are they going to do at that point, you know? And if you have a life insurance policy to take care of the mortgage, the car, and maybe a couple of those other bills and debts, then that person will be able to go, hey, Nick, how are you? I love your videos. I love your videos. Guys, if y'all are not following Nick, he has some fun, awesome videos. Okay. F you, bro. Hi, bro. And Goddess, thank you for the follow. That is awesome. I'm going to follow you back here when I'm done with all of this. But guys, what happens when the other individual passes away? All of the financial burden falls on the one person. And in my example, I'm imagining just a couple, right? What if that couple has kids as well? Now you have an even bigger financial burden and a bigger financial problem if there is no life insurance there. So that's definitely why that industry is needed. So getting your insurance license, guys, is really rewarding because you get to help people in that case. Plus, you are compensated very well. So again, guys, if any of y'all have questions about that, please let me know. But I can help you get your license, whether you work with me or work with another company or have another company in mind. It doesn't matter. My role is I help you get your license, regardless of what state you're in too. So if you look down here at the bottom, I help people in all states. Right now, I've worked with people in every single state at this point, except 8. So, and I don't know what they are off the top of my head. Massachusetts is one where I don't have anybody yet. I want to help somebody in Massachusetts. I want to help somebody in every single state because I have a map that I'm coloring in. And that way I can say, like, I've had at least one person pass the insurance exam in every single state. And I just think that would be awesome. I've even helped people in Canada, by the way, y'all. So I've even got Canada. I don't have Mexico yet, but I'm working on that too. People in Canada, by the way, y'all. So I've even got Canada. I don't have Mexico yet, but I'm working on that too. So Miss Goddess Divine, like I said, feel free to drop your questions. The insurance industry has been around for a very, very long time. I would even argue it's probably one of the eldest industries in the world because they even had insurance type plans. Of course, they didn't call it this back in the Roman history, I want to say, back in like ancient Rome and ancient Egypt. Similar ideas. The Knights Templar were a form of a bank. They did insurance plans as well as like security plans type of a thing. The Catholic Church did as well. So it's been around. So it is definitely an industry that there is value. It's been seen throughout the ages and it's going nowhere. In the US, it's been around pretty much, well, way longer than the US, but pretty much since the early days of the United States for sure. It's essentially how the US got out of the horrible debt that we had right after the Great Depression. They tapped into the insurance industry to come back financially. So when we're having these dips, when we're going through these recessions, having your insurance license is definitely a plus. And right now, some would say we are, some would say we're not, some would say we're about to be, or in the midst of a financial depression here in the US or worldwide, essentially. And I know that we definitely need to get a second income, a side hustle. Guys, I started in insurance as a side hustle, as a second income. I was a teacher, a full-time school teacher. I taught 8th grade. I got my license again because I actually did it when I was like 20 and 21. I wanted an out of teaching, got my license. It was 2019. Worked as a teacher for 2 more years and did insurance at the same time, was able to quit in teaching, and now I do insurance and I help people get their insurance license as well. So if you are looking for a side hustle, a way to make some more money, let me help you do that. Let me help you plan your escape plan out of your 9 to 5. Because this is the way out. This is how I got out, in addition to affiliate marketing and some other stuff that I do online. This is how I did it. And I can promise you, it works. It happens. It's true. And I will, for those of you watching on YouTube, put links down below to help you out with that. So if you're interested in what I'm talking about, if you're watching the live, please feel free to drop your questions. If you're not watching the live and you are watching a replay of this, check down in the description section. I will link everything that y'all need to get started, to start into the class, to set up a one-on-one appointment, whatever it is that you're looking for. So let me know, what are you looking for? What do you need? And I will help y'all out with that. Hey, movement, welcome. Vince. Okay, I just see the movement, but over here I see the word Vince. Welcome. So feel free to ask me your questions, guys. What are your questions about the insurance exam? Let me know. Sorry, y'all. Let's see. Hey there. So yeah, guys, I need questions. Ask me questions about the insurance exam, the process, the industry, just anything you have in general. Earlier, like I was saying a minute ago, and I got sidetracked by saying how good of a side hustle opportunity this is. Somebody had asked me about, what is the process? You need to get your fingerprints. You need a background check. The state needs to approve you. You need to be able to pass that. Then you're going to study. You're going to study with me for 2 weeks. You're going to get your fingerprints first, unless you're in Arizona. If you are in Arizona, they only have a 30-day window for your test and your fingerprints. And the fingerprints are only good for 30 days. So if something happens and you happen to not pass it right away, or happen to get the test date fingerprints, and the fingerprints are only good for 30 days. So if something happens and you happen to not pass it right away, or happen to get the test date delayed for whatever reason, they will not validate them, and you may have to do fingerprints twice. I had that happen to somebody 1.5 years ago, and that's when we found out Arizona only approves and validates fingerprints for 30 days, and that's it. Hey, Ivan, welcome. So everybody else, every other state other than Arizona, you go get your fingerprints on day 1. You go and you study with me, and then you're going to come back and you're going to take your test. Week 2, your background check's already going to be done and everything, and then your state's going to process your application. It's going to be like, oh, okay, you're going to get your license. You passed your test, then you get licensed completely. So Texas does not have a specific amount of hours that they require, which is really awesome. Some states do, some states don't. 22 states do not. The rest of them do. I don't know what they are off the top of my head, but I can tell you Texas does not. I am on it today. I came back because I'm bored. I had an appointment earlier, and then I just ate lunch, and I'm like, I'm going to go back on live. How are you, and what are you up to? Let's get it. Money. Yes. I like that. I like the energy, y'all. So, Ivan, what are you up to? How have you been? But yes, guys, so that is the main process to going and getting your license. Texas doesn't have a specific number of hours that they require somebody to study. Another good thing about Texas, they also don't have a specific amount of attempts before they tell you you got to take it in 6 months or a year and stuff like that. Making a list and calling numbers. Yes, that's important as well. Well, good luck with that. That's probably, I think, the one thing most people would be like, oh, I don't like doing that. Ivan, what's the funniest thing you've ever heard when you've been calling houses or when you've been calling people? Doing follow-ups. Awesome. Vince, that is real good too. Tell me, what's the funniest thing you've ever heard? And I'll tell you all the funniest thing I've ever heard when I've been like calling people. There's two that come to mind. What's the craziest, I guess, excuse or scenario or whatever that they've ever told you? They are sweet in person, but tell me about one of your crazy phone calls or one of like the craziest phone situations you've heard. Huh? Hey Blaze, welcome. So one of my top ones would probably be this one. I called one time and I'm like, hi, I'm Vienna. I'm calling because of the click, right? And then I was like, click, right? And then I was like, this lady, like I'd already met with her. She was already our client. I'd already signed papers and everything with her. And I'm like, okay, maybe she didn't recognize my voice. She literally, like I said my name and then that was it. And then she hangs up on me again a second time. And then I call again, third time. I waited a few minutes and I called. And finally, when I answered, she's like, you, beep. I told you not to call my man and I don't know what and all this and that. And don't you. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not her. I'm not the home wrecker. I'm your insurance agent. She goes, oh, okay. Yeah. So anyways, this woman thought that I guess the husband was being chiflado and doing who knows what. So she went off on me at the phone and I'm just like, I'm not her. I don't know who you think I am, but... And then she's like, oh, okay. She changed the tone quick. And I'm telling you, she was now more interested in that life insurance policy. Not saying anything. I'm just like, I don't know. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, come over tomorrow. And I was like, will you be there? I need you there at this point. The worst was a guy that said we stole his banking information and went online shopping. Oh no, that is horrible. So one time, and that's a bad one. That's a bad situation to deal with. One time I called this man and he told me this whole story. First of all, he was super paranoid and he was like, how'd you get my number? How do you know? Well, you signed up. And for this one, it was a personal lead. So I would do my own leads and I would run my own stuff and whatever. So he signed up on my website, like one that I legit created. And I'm like, well, there's no way I would have your number and information if you hadn't filled it out online like 3 days ago. So anyways, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then it's like, where are you and where are you? And so anyways, I was like, I'm in San Antonio. And he's telling me that he's in Zapata somewhere. About where he was by. And he told me that since when too. And I'm like, okay, you think I'm a cop and yet you're spilling your guts out to me? Like, what? So anyways, I was just like, okay, well, why don't you call me when you clear all this up? And he goes, nah, I think I'm going to go to jail. I'm like, okay, well, then I'll talk to you in 5 to 7 years. We're good. So anyways, yeah, that was like my 2 top crazies. As far as dials go, and as far as like in the house, like going into a home, there's definitely more stories there. But yeah, definitely fun. You never know what you're going to get. You might get the sweetest person in the world on a call, or you may get that situation or something else. But yeah. Can be frustrating, can definitely be fun when it comes to dialing, definitely. So anyways, those are just some of like the crazy parts and some of the fun things too that could happen. Hi, Miss Lady Kennedy, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. I'm Vienna, the insurance exam teacher. I help people get started in the insurance industry getting their licenses. I offer 2 course options where you get all these things, where for 60 days we study together. You get your own online platform, you log in and all of that. You've got videos, questions, practice quizzes, everything you need to go and pass the life and health insurance exam for your state. It is good in every state. And the best thing about my plan or my programs are that every twice a week, we will meet Wednesday nights, Saturday mornings as well, from 6 to 7:30 Wednesday nights, from 9 to 12 noon on Saturdays, and we talk about the exam. We go over questions. We dissect the questions and the answers. We go into it in detail. Y'all ask questions, and I say y'all, my students ask questions, and we review them. We talk about them. And then people go and pass the test, just like that. This week we had 7 people pass that exam. So it was pretty much, yeah, it was just one after the other. And then this week I have 2 more people coming in and passing the test. And tomorrow I have a 3rd person testing. So, yep, that's just kind of how it's going. Thank you, Ivan. That is so sweet. I appreciate the flowers. Thank you so much. But yes, guys, that's essentially what I do and how it goes. My neck hurts. So yesterday I realized I was sleeping all wrong. I was sleeping all crooked like that, and like my neck was turned. I was like, how the hell did I get in this position? So anyways, my neck right now, I feel like that pinch on the side. So I'm trying to figure out how to put my arm to where it's not bugging me, but it is what it is. And I think I'm going to jump off of here in a minute or 2 because my phone is going to probably die in like the next 10 minutes. So I need to go put it to charge, but I'm going to jump off. So have a good day, Ivan. Thank you for jumping on with me, and I will keep in touch and we will chat. Bye.